one of the very first meetings, I remember you were in my Circle of Five leadership Zoom conference call,
Yeah.
and I'll never forget when people are saying like, "What's their goal to get out of this?" And you're like, "I want to quit watching porn," and everybody's like,
They're like,
"Is he
what?
joking?" Because I was like, "I don't know if he's gonna fucking laugh here in a minute." And he's like, "Ah, never mind." But you were serious, and I was like, "All right, we're all he's gonna educate us on his porn habits."
Yeah, it was a serious time. I was committed, man.
How long ago was that?
I feel like it was 2 years ago, maybe.
I don't necessarily want to go to social media, but I feel like I have an obligation, kind of a responsibility, because people have begun to trust me there.
Mm.
So the test is, will I show up? Right? It's not an opportunity. Right? I've already created the opportunity. To me, it is a test. Will I show up? Will I put myself in a toxic place where people just seem to jump at the dime to fight with everything, knowing that one or two people really need my message? Or do I shy away because I don't want to do it? That's a test.
Interesting. So when I think of that, I think of two opportunities. I think of, you have the opportunity here to continue forward, to be putting out content, to be positively impacting several hundred people a day that see it,
Yeah.
Almost killed my dog. That was scary. We were testing out a basket on my new bike that I got, and she jumped out of the front. I did not think in 100 years she would do that, but she did, and it was a scary moment, and it really allowed me to reflect on how much love and joy that little being brings me every day. I was like, oh my God, I could not imagine if something happened to you.
Was Courtney with you when it happened?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was right in front of me. We both stopped and were like, expecting her to be hurt, but nope, just popped right up. She was good. So that was the highlight. Got a new bike. Almost killed my dog with the bike, and
So if it doesn't have multiple purposes, we don't want it.
okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Let me know how that goes, because there's some things that I'm like, man, only serves a single purpose. You might need it, but we'll see.
Like what? What comes to mind?
I mean, coffee cup, right?
No, it serves multiple purposes. It holds liquids. It holds dry goods.
Dry goods in a coffee cup?
Dry cereal. Granola. You could throw yogurt in there. I could eat it.
All right.
Think about this is like
if
a
you really
coffee
want to,
mug.
you can make a case for anything if you really want to keep
Not
it.
anything. Like a suit that I wear once a year. Takes up space. I have to dry clean it. I have to maintain
But then
it.
when that opportunity comes up where you need a suit, you're not even going to have a suit?
Birthday suit, baby.
Birthday suit.
I always got a
That's
suit.
a different kind of event, man.
And I think if we can all, at the end of this episode, look for a truth and find people that don't agree with that truth and sit down and talk to them, have conversations with them, we'll have a much better world.
Oh, yeah.
Think about like this whole podcast. What was this based on? Lunch at Who Hut, knowing you and I didn't agree on everything, but thinking that in the middle of these conversations, we could serve people. What if we all do that? What if we all take our truths and go, hey, you don't agree with this truth. Let's talk about it. Why do you feel differently? And not spend all the time trying to convert you to my truth and me to your truth, but say, hey, dude, maybe my truth's like 20% right and you're 80% right. Cool. I'll find in the middle. That's where I'm going to grow.
Mm-hmm.
We have literally in 2020 gone from one chaotic thing to the next with very little conclusion to the last chaotic thing before we're to the next one.
Yeah.
I hope that we're at the end of hiding from shit, right? Racism has been an issue. We've passed it from generation to generation. I hope we're at the end of that issue. Let's fix it. We want police reform. Let's fix it. So I hope that we are at the end of the America that got us to this point. I hope we're at the end of just blindly believing what comes across our televisions as truth.
It's funny because we put so much weight on our personal history sometimes. whether it's good or negative. Like, oh, I was the smartest, or I was the strongest back in the day, or to where we don't realize that we have an opportunity to be reborn every single day, and
Yeah.
we don't have to carry our personal history with us.
I've realized that I can't control everything that happens around me. I can't control my environment. There's always external factors all the time, right? And this year I've really done a lot more inward work. And I've realized that I'm always free within. I can close my eyes,
Yeah.
and you're absolutely free to think, to go anywhere you want. That's why we have a brain and imagination, and we can meditate and think and visualize, and that I can escape any external reality from going inward. I read somewhere that there's only two things that we're innately scared of, and that's loud noises. If you're a baby and you hear something loud, you get frightened and startled.
Yeah.
And there's something else.
Snakes.
Not snakes, but there's something else. I'll have to look into that. But that we have a fight or flight response. And I think that there's some people that are just wired to always flight.